Class in session, guys. Got the Bentavision t-shirt representing. Alright, so this video is about why is she so needy? But then again, why is he so needy? You ever been in a relationship with someone and they're always demanding your attention? They're always demanding something of you. Now, before I get into this video, I'm going to say straight from the get-go that there may be some controversy with this video, and that, I might trigger some people, might trigger some needy people that always going in on us. Oh, this can't be true. Shut up. Sit back and just listen, right? Okay. Why is she so needy? Let's talk about ladies right now. Okay, now, like I've said in many other videos, we all come from different experiences, different backgrounds, different upbringings, whether we have both parents in the house or one parent in the house, or you're an orphan, you have foster parents, whatever, right? Your friends, what movies you watch, what music you listen to, all of this environmental factors have a direct impact on everyone, okay? So, when a person is coming across very needy in a relationship, let's first of all talk about what needy is, okay? Now, from my own personal experience, someone being very needy is someone who constantly demands your attention. Someone who wants you to respond to them as soon as they've just sent you a message. It's like there's this 60-second gap. I'm expecting an answer, and you don't get they don't get an answer. Then they go off in one. They go off in a tangent. Oh, he doesn't like me. Oh, he must be seeing someone else. Oh, he doesn't care about me. Have you been in a situation like this before? I'm talking about the guys as well, because guys, you can act needy too. So it's time to start fixing up now. So let's get deeper here. Now, going back to those environmental factors and upbringing, like let's say, for example, okay, a girl didn't get emotional connections with their father. Whether the father was in the house or was in the house, but he was emotionally unavailable. Because let's face it, men, not all of them, but men, they have that pride, like, oh, don't want to show emotions. I don't want to come across weak now. Can't be doing that. Oh, men don't cry, or all this nonsense, right? But it does have an effect on the child. It does. Because with children, when they're born, that bond that is that bond that is created between both parents, it is so important because it nurtures how they are going to be growing up. And also, when we talk about relationship models or idols that we look at, of course we're going to be looking at our parents. We're around them all the time. When we grow up, when we're little babies, we look up to our parents as God because they make the rules, they wipe our ass, they feed us, they take us places, they're the breadwinners, they support, they buy, they put the clothes on our back and the hats on our head and the shoes on our feet, all of this stuff. But if you remove emotion out of the equation, that child, that person is not going to know how to deal with social interactions. They will actually grow up to be not so confident, or they will appear as confident, but really they have suppressed all of that non-emotional stuff that they did not receive from their parents, okay? So, when it comes to a relationship that they are now going to get into, and I'm talking about the girls and the guys here, when they get into that relationship, there is a void that they are looking to fill because they never received that attention from their parents or parent, okay? This is why the unconditional love of parents is so important, guys, because it really has an effect on how a person is going to grow up to be like in their relationships. Relationships these days with this pump and dump generation or whatever, or why some people can't have any kind of long-term relationship or even know how to maintain a long-term relationship, is because of these reasons. They have not healed that void within themselves, and they get into a relationship where they want the other person as the savior. They want the other person to meet their needs emotionally, right? I'll give you one example. So I know this one person, right? Good friend of mine. And she always has these issues when it comes to guys in regards to always wanting to be around him, always wanting to see him, constantly throughout the day, messaging. And she wonders why the guy ghosted her. You can, by being so needy, you can create a suffocating experience for the guy. A suffocating experience where it's too much. Personal space is just as healthy as a healthy relationship, right? So what this comes down to is balance, personal development, and growth, and major understanding. Because most people nowadays, they're quite damaged emotionally. This is why we have so many different unique people that have different personality types and different ways they handle relationships, because we're all different. And there's so much that we ain't healed. I remember from November last year, I went through some serious spiritual growth, emotional healing. You know, I had held on to so much resentment I had towards a past relationship. And little did I know that subconsciously holding all of that in my energy field, I was projecting it onto the next person, wanting that person to meet those needs, right? Now, many years ago, as a little boy growing up, like, I had a great relationship with my mum, but with my dad, he was kind of emotionally unavailable, right? So that had a part to play when I used to be very needy, always wanting to be around the person, wanting to always keep in contact every single day, etc. So subconsciously, what I started to do was kind of expect that person to fit the mold and idea that I had in my head of how a relationship was supposed to be. And this now crosses over into a different category in relationships now, guys. It's when we are projecting all of that onto another person, expecting them to fit our ideas of what we have in our head of what a relationship. But the question is, where did the ideas come from? Where did the ideas of relationships come from where we determine what's right and what's wrong? Because the universe says anything goes, just deal with your consequences. But we are the ones that create rules and restrictions around relationships, okay? And, you know, it does make sense if you're committed to that one person, you know, you be faithful, etc., okay? So, neediness really has so many deep levels behind it. So the question is, are you strong enough to deal with the neediness for that person to eventually outgrow and overcome it? Or is it going to be a situation where it's like, I ain't dealing with this, I'm out? And for most people, that is the case. And I don't blame them. I don't. Because guys, this is our time that we are investing into people. We are investing our time into people, right? And we want to make sure that our time is well invested. Now, what a needy person finds hard to understand is that the person they're with actually has a life. They have other things going on. They've got to work, or they're focusing on this project, and they can't always be around that person. They can't always talk to that other person because they're busy. They got stuff to do. So the neediness, it all comes from our childhood, our upbringing, our environmental factors. But the question is, how do we deal with the needy person? Now, here's the thing, guys. You can't save everyone. Not everyone is open to growth. Not everyone is open to growth. So how to basically, and this is just a suggestion, how to basically deal with a needy person is hear them out. Hear what they have to say. Ask yourself the question, why does this thing mean so much to them? Dig deeper. Ask them questions, because you will get some answers. Unfortunately, though, a lot of people are not aware of why they behave the way they do. They're not aware of why they are so needy. And this is going to create a problem for you. So you can either persevere with it or just say, you know what, darling? This isn't gonna work for me. And you be truthful. You explain your reasons, right? You explain your reasons. And they're either going to understand, or, like most cases, it will get into a situation of manipulation because you were their savior and you were meeting their needs. When you remove the need from them, they now get into survival mode. So they have to start manipulating you to keep you around. And these can come in many forms and even dark shades of manipulation. And trust me, guys, I've been there, man. If anyone's been manipulated, it's been me. And trust me, I've been through pretty much all the scenarios, okay? But I'm going to talk about that in a different video in regards to how to deal with manipulative people. But I hope this video helps you guys in terms of just dealing with needy people. Ask questions, investigate, find out, ask them, why? Here's the question. Why does this mean so much to you? Why does constant messaging throughout the day mean so much to you? Why do you always need to have me around you? Do you know the amount of people that don't ask those very important questions? Because when you ask the questions, you'll actually get the answer. And there may be room for development from that. But guys, only you are going to know if you take that path for yourself. So comment, like, subscribe, tap that bell button for notifications. This is Bent Vision. Holla back.